Hi, my name's Beth. I'm going to guide you through your hamstring focused vinyasa flow today. As we go through this practice, listen to your body first and modify if you need to, take breaks if you need to, and then also, on the other hand, intensify any pose if that feels right for you. For this practice, you'll need one block or something like a block, maybe some sort of box or a water bottle of some sort, or any other props that you have around your house that could be used in place of a block. All right, let's get started. We're going to start on our backs today. So making your way onto your mat if you're not already there, and then onto your back. And then with your arms and legs, you can find the position that works best for you. Legs can be long, arms long by your sides, like Shavasana. Or, you can have your feet together, knees out wide, Supta Baddha Konasana, or feet planted on the mat, a little bit wider than hip distance, and the knees touch in at center. This will open up the back of your sacrum, if that feels best for you. So just finding the position that works for you. Making any movements you need to settle into the pose. You're welcome to have your hands by your sides or on your belly or your thighs, or maybe one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. So just noticing what would be better for you. And once you find the position that's best, take a deep breath in. Open your mouth side out and feel your body relaxing into the mat. Keeping your eyes opened or having a soft gaze up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in. Open your mouth when you're ready and side out. Feel your body just relaxing a little bit more. One more breath just like that. When you're ready, inhale. Open your mouth, exhale. Sealing your lips here, breathing in and out through your nose. Noticing any subtle sensations that your body is creating through your breath. Maybe you feel the rise of your chest or the rise of your belly. Maybe you notice how the back body pushes into your mat a little bit when you inhale. Finding that natural rhythm and flow of your breath. As we prepare for our practice, start to do a mental scan of your body, noticing how you're arriving on your mat today. The mental scan can be physical with any sensations in your body, maybe some opening or some tightness, maybe some tingling or warmth in your body. But it can also be mental, just noticing any sensations or what's going on in your mind. Noticing your thoughts, where your attention is. And this mental scan can also include your emotional state. Noticing any emotions or lack of emotions right now. Taking your time with your body scan. And then when you're ready, coming right back to your breath. Even though we check into our body and feel into what's going on, mentally, physically, and emotionally, we're still working to not label anything or add any judgments, just noticing what it is as it is, and not adding any labels such as good or bad. Our mind will naturally do that, but try your best to release that judgment. Watch your breath come into your body, taking as deep of a breath as you can. And then watch it leave your body, slowing your exhale down as much as possible. Let's do 5 more breaths here. Maybe noticing the cooling sensation around your nostrils when you inhale, or the warmth as you exhale. If Ujjayi pranayama is in your practice, now is a good time to start that restriction in the back of your throat. You're going to take deep breaths in just as you are, but slightly restrict the back of your throat like you're fogging up a mirror as you inhale and exhale. One more breath here. And then slowly blink your eyes open. And then if your knees are wide, bring them back into center. And everybody, place your feet onto the mat, knees pointing up towards the ceiling. We're getting ready to go straight into bridge pose. We're going to warm up our back body right away here. Hands by your sides, feet underneath your knees. You're going to push into your heels. Slight tuck of your tailbone here, taking your navel to your spine, and then slowly lifting your hips off the mat on your inhale. We're going to go right back down on your exhale, keeping that slight tuck of your tailbone, rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time. We have 7 more just like this, nice and slow. Inhale, push into your heels, lift your hips. Feel your lungs expand, and exhale, slowly lowering 1 vertebrae at a time. When you're ready, inhale, lift hips. Push into your heels, slight squeeze of your glutes at the top. Exhale, slowly lower. That's 3. We have 5 more. Next, inhale, lift. And expand through your chest. And exhale, lowering on down. Nice and slow, breath to movement. Halfway there. Inhale, lift hips. Slight squeeze of your glutes. Exhale, lower down. And this time, everything the same. Inhale, lift up. Now push into the base of your big toes. And notice how your inner thighs engage a little bit more. Keep that engagement. Roll on down, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Push into the base of your big toes. Exhale, lower. This is our last one, and we're going to lift and hold. Inhale, lift your hips. And then hold at the top. Slight engagement in through your glutes. Push into your heels. Push into the base of your big toes. And then from here, push your hands into the mat and then energetically pull your heels towards your hips or towards your body in any way. You'll feel your hamstrings engage a little bit more. You'll feel your inner thighs engage. Keep that pressed down at the base of your big toes. Now lift your hips a little higher. Maybe shimmy your shoulder blades underneath you a little bit, getting a little bit more into that back bend formation. We have 2 more breaths. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Squeezing your heels in towards your body. Last breath. Inhale. And exhale. Start to slowly lower down to the mat. Then we're going to take our hands behind our thighs. Rock and roll here. Up and down your spine. You can rock up to your shoulders, down to your sit bones. Do about 5 rocks and rolls here. This helps us to just feel into our spine and engage through our core a little bit. And then after that 5th one, if you want to do a couple more, that's fine. But we're going to do straight leg forward fold. So extend left leg forward, right foot comes into the inside of your left thigh. And then from here, we're just gonna walk our hands forward, forward fold. We'll revisit this movement at the end of class too, or this position at the end of class. So when you're folding forward, pull your chest towards your foot, not your chest towards your leg. Flex your foot, push your knee into the mat. That'll help to get the engagement into the quads so we can stretch our hamstrings. And then walk your hands back. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist to the right, left hand to right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, sit up, and exhale, rotate. Inhale, look forward and allow your body to follow. Let's switch sides. Extend right leg forward, bring left foot in to your inner thigh here, and start to walk your hands forward, exhale. Just flexing your foot here, pushing your knee into the mat, and extend your chest forward towards your foot. Connecting with your breath. You should be feeling the stretch on the backs of your legs here. Next, inhale, walk your hands back, lift your torso up. And next, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, release. Make your way to tabletop. So you're gonna come onto your hands and knees, shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Untuck your toes unless you need to have them tucked for today. Let's do some cat-cows. So inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, pull your shoulder blades down your back. Slight tuck of your chin so you have length in the back of your neck. Then push into your hands, exhale, round your spine, look at your navel, and tuck your tailbone under here. Inhale, drop belly, lift gaze, cow pose, shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, round your spine, lift your navel up towards the ceiling, tailbone points down. Inhale, drop belly, lift gaze. And exhale, we round. Continue with cat-cow movements or any movements that feel good. If you're ready for downward dog, you're welcome to go there as well. So moving in tabletop however you need for 3 to 5 breaths, and when you're ready, tucking your toes, lifting your hips up, or going straight to downward dog. It doesn't matter. As always, listening to your body first and then going with the cues second. If you're in downward dog, start to move any way that feels natural and fluid for you. Keeping your breath natural and fluid through the process. Sometimes I like to sway my hips side to side, getting a little bit of a stretch in the outer legs. You're also welcome to bend one knee and then the other. 2 more breaths. If you haven't come to downward dog, now is a good time to do so, unless tabletop is more appropriate for your practice today. Last breath here. Then we're going to warm up our core and our legs here. So first, inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, push into your hands and push your hips back towards the back top corner of the room. And then inhale, slide forward into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in your dog pose. Exhale, bend your knees, sit back towards the back of the mat. Inhale forward into plank pose. Push into your hands, lift your chest away from the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and away. Deep breath in here. When you're ready to exhale, bend into your knees, sit back towards the back of the mat. Arms are straight, spine is straight. Inhale, glide forward into plank.
Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more just like that. Deep breath in. When you're ready to exhale, sit back towards the back of the mat. When you're ready to inhale, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. We have 1 more round. Inhale. Exhale, sit back, bend knees. Inhale, forward into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then right from there, inhale forward into plank. Hinge forward so your wrists come in front of your, so your shoulders come in front of your wrists, and then start to lower all the way down to the mat. Hands underneath your shoulders, untuck your toes, squeeze your elbows in by your sides so they point back behind you. Inhale, baby cobra. And in this position, we're gonna just lift our hands off the mat, push the tops of the feet into the mat. You can bring your feet a little bit wider to help support your lower back if that will be appropriate. 1 more breath, inhale. And exhale, hands come down, chest comes down to the mat. 1 more back bend here. Inhale, push into your hands. Stay with baby cobra or lift a little higher for full cobra variation. Elbows continue to point back and stay bent. Push the tops of your feet into the mat. 1 more breath. And exhale, lower down to the mat. Tuck your toes under, push up through tabletop or plank. Make your way to downward facing dog. Hips up and away. Deep breath in, downward dog. And big breath out. Inhale, look forward between your hands. Exhale, bend your knees, walk, step, or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine, hands onto your shins. Exhale, fold it in. Root down into your feet, rise up to standing. You can have a bend in your knees if that feels appropriate right now. Exhale, hands to your heart. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, fingertips lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, plank pose. You can jump back or step back. Hinge forward, lower down halfway or all the way, chaturanga. Untuck toes, inhale into your back bend of choice, cobra, baby cobra, or up dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and away. Once in downward dog, take a breath in. And then on your exhale, push into your hands and push your hips towards the top back corner of your room. You may need to bend your knees to help find that length. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Root down, rise on up to standing. And then exhale, let's fold right back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Plant your hands, step back or jump back. Hinge forward, lower down halfway or all the way. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Find your breath. Notice your foundation. Spread your fingers really wide. Feet are about hip distance apart. And then you're going to rotate your heels away from one another so they are in line with your second toe. So you shouldn't see your heels as you look back to the back of your mat. Deep breath in, look forward. Exhale, bend knees, make your way to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Root down into your feet, rise on up. Arms sweep wide and high. And exhale, hands to your heart. Chair pose. Reach your arms up. Inhale. Exhale, sit back into your chair. Inhale here, navel to spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, make your way to downward dog. You're welcome to skip your vinyasa or flow through your vinyasa. Your vinyasa at this point may be just a plank hold, it may be some cat-cows, or it may just be stillness in downward dog. Once in downward dog, inhale, right leg up and back, flex your foot here. Really squeeze your glute as you try to lift your leg a little higher. Your glute should be stopping your leg from moving any higher. On your exhale, bring your knee to your chest, hinge forward into plank, and then step your foot between your hands. You're always welcome to grab your foot and take it there. Stay on the ball of your back foot, slight bend into your back knee, squeeze your hips towards one another, arms up, crescent lunge. So we're gonna squeeze our hips in so our right hip's not sticking out to the right here, and our knee and hip and ankle are all in line with one another. Sit a little deeper. One more breath. And then on your exhale, open up warrior two. Rotate your back heel down so it's parallel to the back of the mat. Keep your front leg just as it is, arms out to a T. Hips are right underneath your shoulders. Reach your forearms out away from one another, but squeeze your shoulder blades towards one another. Next, inhale, back hand comes back, flip your your front palm up, and then lift it up. For reverse warrior, recommit to that bend into your front knee. Come a little deeper. Deep breath in. And exhale, windmill your hands down to the mat. Travel through your vinyasa or straight to downward dog. You're welcome to do a one-legged chaturanga, keeping right leg lifted. It's always an option. From downward dog, inhale, left leg up and back. Hold here, squeeze your glute. Try to lift your leg, but don't allow your leg to lift any higher because your glute is squeezing so much. Exhale, left knee to your chest, hinge forward, step it through. Stay on the ball of your back foot, squeeze your hips in. Here we rise up, crescent lunge. Again, noticing if your left hip is sticking out, squeeze it in underneath you. Gentle bend into your back knee so your pelvis can be in neutral position, meaning it's not tilting forward or back. Whew. One more breath, inhale. And then exhale, warrior two. Rotate your back heel so it's parallel to the back of the mat. Arms out to a T. Hips right underneath your shoulders. Bend into your front knee. And breathe. And then bring your back hand to your back leg, flip your front palm over, inhale, reverse your warrior, recommitting to that front bend, or the bend in the front knee. Deep breath in. And exhale, windmill your hands down to the mat, flow through your vinyasa or straight to downward dog. This time you would keep your left leg lifted if you're doing that variation in chaturanga. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it in. Sit back like you're sitting into a chair, arms up, chair pose. Navel to spine, exhale here. One more breath, inhale, maybe sit a little deeper, knowing it's only one breath. Exhale. Push into your heels, inhale, we rise. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, so grab a block or something like a block. It could be a water bottle. And it looks like the camera's cutting off the top of the head. And so we're going to do a Tadasana to Warrior 3 option here. So you'll have the block right in front of you. Underneath your, I guess it's just right in the middle of the front. And then from here we're going to keep our right leg down and we'll step our left foot back behind us just a little bit.
And then from here, we're going to extend, as we lower our chest down, we're going to lift our left leg up like warrior three, and we're gonna pick up our block. Grab the block, rise back up to Tadasana. Maybe your left foot kind of taps down behind you, maybe doesn't come right in line with the right foot. Inhale here. Exhale, start to lower your torso, lift your left leg, put the block back down onto the ground. And inhale, we rise up. Exhale, lower, pick up the block. Nice and slow, flex your left foot. As you inhale, come on up. We have 4 more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale up. 2 more. Exhale, lower. Feel the work done in your legs. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Last one. And inhale, come to standing. Woo, shake out your right leg if you need to. All right, second side, left leg. Here we go. So you'll kind of step your right toes back just a little bit to prepare, putting some weight into the left leg. And then from here, inhale. And exhale, start to lower your torso as your right leg comes back behind you, flex your right foot. Inhale, come back to standing. Exhale, we lower. Exhale, we lower. And then inhale, we rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. 3 more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale. And inhale. Last one. Exhale, lower. And inhale, rise to standing. Tadasana. Go ahead and move the block to the side. And let's come to Tadasana. Feel your feet onto the mat. Spread your toes wide. Engage your quads so your kneecaps lift. Engage through your core. Lift your chest. Lift the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. And then let your shoulder blades drape down your back as your tailbone slightly points down towards the back of your mat. Feel your feet on the mat, grounding down. Deep breath in. And slow breath out. Shoulder blades down your back. And let's start moving. Inhale, fingertips reach out and up. Maybe you look up, see your hands touch. Exhale, dive forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, plant your hands, make your way to downward dog. You're welcome to flow through a vinyasa or skip it. From downward dog, inhale, right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, right knee to your chest, hinge forward, step your foot between your hands. We're going to step our left foot forward a little bit, so much that we can put our left heel down, and then we're going to rise up here. We're setting up for pyramid pose, so there should be either a heel to heel alignment or a little bit wider like you're on train tracks. So your heels are either going to come right in line or a little bit wider. And then you want all toes facing forward on your right leg and then most of your toes facing forward on your left leg. So it's like you're rotating your foot forward. And then take your left hip forward, your right hip back. And if you need to, if you find this position and then your back heel starts to lift, you're going to step your foot forward. Okay, so we want both heels on the mat. That's the number one thing we're looking for. And then secondly, hips are square to the front of the mat. Hands are going to stay on your hips, knuckles to knuckles behind your back, or reverse prayer behind your back, which is the full expression of this pose. But finding what is best for you today. It doesn't matter what the full expression is, just listen to your body first. From here, Find where your hands are gonna go. Inhale, lift your chest, elbows come back behind you. Bring your right hip back, left hip forward. And then exhale, start to bring your chest forward and down as we fold over our right leg. Hands can stay behind our back. Once you get halfway, bring your right hip back, left hip forward, and then start to fold over any amount for pyramid pose. Hands can stay behind your back for more intensity, or hands come down to the mat or blocks for some support. And then from there, really squeeze your hips towards one another, squeeze your inner thighs towards one another, feel the engagement in through the right hamstring here. So the hamstring is stretching and working at the same time, so it should feel pretty intense. This pose does translate to intense stretch when you translate the Sanskrit word, so if it's feeling intense, you're doing it right. Breathe here, inhale. Exhale. So there could be some rounding in the spine, that's absolutely fine, but we are trying to find length in the spine at the same time. 2 more breaths. Squeeze your hips towards one another. You should feel your hamstrings engaging quite a bit here. 1 more breath. And then we're gonna keep our left hand onto the mat or a block. I suggest grabbing a block here or something that you're using in place of a block. And then keeping left hand onto the mat, extend your spine forward. The block should be able to help get you into that extension. And then inhale, right arm reaches up towards the ceiling for revolved triangle pose. Parita Trikonasana. Breathing here, spine is long, squeeze your hips in towards one another. 1 more breath. And then on your exhale, right hand comes down to the mat, remove the block to the side, frame your front foot, bend into your front knee, step your left foot back, flow through your vinyasa or straight to downward dog. Remember, some cat-cows could take the place of your vinyasas today if you need to. From downward dog, second side, inhale, left leg up and back, flex your foot. Exhale, left knee to your chest, hinge forward, step it through. Then you're gonna take your right foot, step it forward, and remember, find that placement that both heels can be on the mat. And then inhale, we'll rise up. Heel to heel alignment, or legs or feet are placed like they're on train tracks. And then finding either hands onto your hips, knuckles to knuckles behind you, or reverse prayer. Finding the option that's best for you, and this side may be a little different, totally fine. So you're gonna rotate your right hip forward, left hip back. Inhale, look up, bring your elbows back behind you, and then exhale, start to pull your chest forward as you fold down. Once you get halfway, pause, right hip comes forward, left hip back, squeezing hips in, and then find the forward fold to the best of your ability today. Hands can stay back behind you for more intensity, or hands down to the mat for some more support. Energetically pull your inner thighs towards one another. Notice how your hamstring on the left side is completely engaged and stretching at the same time. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Breath in. Breath out. 2 more on your own before we add the rotation. Check in, see if you can bring your right hip forward or your left hip back, squaring your hips to the front of the mat. Last breath. And then either keep right hand on the mat or put a block underneath your right hand, which is my suggestion for everybody. And then from here, lift left arm up towards the ceiling. So you'll notice as you lift your left arm up, your right hip will come down. It'll help you get into place here. And then if you feel that right hip coming down, gently squeeze your left hip towards your right and notice how you can lengthen through your spine just a little bit more. Find your breath. 2 more breaths here. Last breath.
The base of that exhale, bring your left hand down to the mat, block comes off to the side, bend into your front knee, hands come down, step right foot back a little bit more, find your plank flowing through your vinyasa. Or taking a break, you know cat-cow is always an option. I mean, child's pose and cat-cow is always an option. So just finding what works best for you. From downward dog, inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee to your chest, hinge forward, step it through. Rotate back heel down 90 degrees, windmilling your arms up. And then we'll come up like we're coming to warrior two, but we'll straighten our left leg and then rotate your left toes so they're facing towards the right side of your mat, so your feet are parallel. You may want to block at the right side of your mat, or at the back of your mat. So if you want to grab that now, place it there. And then from here, you're going to take your right toes, point them to the back of your mat. Left foot is going to stay parallel to the back of the mat. So just, you won't move the back leg, but front foot will just rotate so it's facing towards the back. And then from here, arms out to a T. Deep breath in. Start to reach forward. Once you can't reach anymore, then rotate arms 6 and 12 o'clock for triangle pose. You can rest your right hand onto your shin. You can rest it on the ground or a block. It should be close by. Breathing here wherever you are. The goal is to have length in your spine, so reach the crown of your head forward as you rotate your right hip back behind you. Squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. Try to have as straight of a right leg as possible without hyperextending in through your right foot. Maybe you look up towards your top hand. And then also maybe you bring your left arm behind you a little bit to open your chest, if that feels okay. 2 more breaths here. Triangle pose. Last breath. At the base of your next exhale, bring your left hand to your left hip. Start to bend into your right knee. Right hand comes to the mat or a block in front of you, about a foot in front of your right pinky toe. You can step your left foot forward a little bit here, all the way into right leg, and then start to lift left leg up behind you. Push into the base of your right big toe, and then lift up through the inseam of your right leg. If you would like, left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. For more of a challenge, look up towards your left hand or close your eyes. You can also put less weight into your right hand and maybe hover your right hand here if that's an option for you today. Wherever you are, really engage through your left leg, flex your left foot. 2 more breaths. Remember, you are much stronger than your mind tells you are. Last breath. And then start to bend into your right leg, step back into the wide-legged position. Rotate your right toes so they face forward, or to the right side of the mat. Rotate left toes so they're facing towards the front of the mat. Have a block handy close by at the front of the mat for this side. So feet are going to be as wide as you would have for warrior two position. Arms out to a T. Inhale here. Start to reach forward, pulling your right hip back behind you, and then exhale, rotate arms 6 and 12 o'clock for triangle pose. Left hand can be on your shin, on the ground, or on a block, finding what's best for you. Then wherever you are, lengthen through the crown of your head, spine is long, and rotate your left hip back towards the back of the mat. Squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. If you notice a lot of rounding on the left side of your body, engage on the right side to help find that length. Find your breath. Last breath here. At the base of that exhale, bring your right hand to your right hip. Bend into your left knee. Start to hinge forward. Left hand comes to the ground or on the block, about a foot in front of your left pinky toe, all the way into the left leg. Lift right leg behind you. Flex your foot. Ooh. Push into the base of your left big toe. And then flex your right foot. Really engage through your right quad. Right arm can lift up towards the ceiling. For more of a challenge, look up towards your right hand.
And breathe. Maybe you want to put less weight into your left hand. Maybe you hover your left hand a little bit or are working in that direction. It's always good to challenge yourself. 2 more breaths. Lift your right leg a little higher. Last breath here. At the base of that exhale, bend into your left leg. Step your right leg back behind you. Feet are in a wide-legged position. Feet pointing towards the side of your mat. Clasp your hands behind your back. Inhale, lift your chest. Maybe look up. Exhale, forward fold. Arms can come back behind you, getting the shoulder stretch, or you can release your hands down to the mat. We'll be here for 4 breaths, pushing into the pinky toe edges of your feet as you lift through the inseam of your thighs. Notice if you're sitting back towards your heels, put more weight towards the balls of your feet and connect to your breath. Allow your head to hang heavy. If you have an inversion practice, you're welcome to go into headstand. We will only be here for about 2 more breaths. Notice if you can take your inner thighs and rotate them back behind you, and if that helps you to lower down towards the mat a little bit more. Next, inhale, bring your hands to your hips. Start to push into your heels, slight tuck of your tailbone. Inhale, we rise. Then you're going to rotate your front toes to the front of the mat, left toes to the front of the mat, and windmill your hands down. Make your way to downward facing dog. You're welcome to flow through a vinyasa or skip it, listening to your body first. Last vinyasa of practice. Making any movements you need in downward facing dog. And next, inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the front and make your way to a seated position at the top of your mat. And from here, we're going to come back to that Janu Sirsasana. So you're going to extend your right leg forward and bring your left leg in. I'm going to give you options here to kind of make this a fancy version, but still get the stretch in the hamstrings. So remember earlier we walked forward and found that stretch here. You're welcome to just come right back to this if that felt good. If you want to try a different version, you're going to bend your right knee, grab your right foot, and then extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. I didn't say anything about a strap, but if you have something like a strap, you can put it around your foot and hold it that way. You're also welcome to have a bend in your knees and just start to extend through your heel here. Sit up tall. And breathe, looking for the stretch in the back of the leg. Make any adjustments you need to find that. Last breath here. Sit up tall. And then gently bringing your foot down if you took that variation and rising up to seated if you forward fold here. Take your left leg, cross it over your right. Left hand by left hip. Inhale, right fingertips lift up towards the ceiling. Keep this length on the right side and then rotate towards the left. Right arm can come to the inside of left leg or wrap around left knee, finding what's better for you. Inhale, sit up. Exhale, rotate. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, allow your body to completely rotate back to neutral. Extend left leg forward. Right leg comes in. And then remember, walk hands forward, forward fold like we did in the beginning of class, or bend your left knee, grab your left foot, and extend it up. So we're looking for the stretch in the backs of our legs, so make the adjustments you need to find that. That may mean you extend through your heel a little bit more and allow your toes to come towards your body a little bit more. And that also may mean lengthening your spine a little bit more, reaching your chest towards your foot. Breathe here. 2 more breaths. The full expression of this pose actually has this other leg in hero pose where you're sitting with onto your heel. So if you want to look that up. And then gently release your leg down to the mat. Bring your feet together, knees out wide, sit up tall. And exhale, fold forward any amount. Almost done with practice. One more breath here. And then walk your hands back, rise up, hands to your outer knees and pull your knees in. Place your feet onto the mat and start to roll down onto your mat. We're going to do a bridge pose and a twist before we make our way to our Shavasana. So feet underneath your knees, hands by your sides, just like how we started out class today. Push into your heels, inhale, lift your hips up. Push into the base of your big toes, squeeze your glutes, and then from here, pull your heels towards your body. One more breath. And then exhale, slowly lower, one vertebrae at a time. And for our twist, we're going to bring our right knee into our chest, extend left leg long. Inhale, right arm out to the right. And exhale, right knee over to the left for the twist. If that's too much on your lower back, you're going to stack your knees here. So you'll bring your left knee underneath your right. Allow yourself to relax. You can rock your head side to side or look straight up or to the side. Doesn't matter. Just finding what's best for you. Noticing any sensations this pose is creating in your body. One more breath. Next, inhale, roll onto your back, bringing your right knee into your chest. Left knee comes in to meet your right, and then extend right leg long. Next, inhale, left arm out to the left, straight out from your shoulder, and then exhale, left knee over to the right. Finding any variation that would be better for you in this position, like stacking knees or straightening your left leg. You're welcome to find any placement of your head, whether it's looking up, looking to the side, or continuing to rock your head side to side. 2 more breaths. Next, inhale, bring yourself back into neutral. Both knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. You're welcome to stay here, make movements in this little ball, or you can bring yourself to happy baby. Knees towards your armpits, feet towards the ceiling, rocking side to side. Maybe straightening one leg and then the other. When you're ready, both knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Hug your knees into your chest by grabbing onto your forearms or your elbows, and then bring your forehead to your knees. Squeeze everything in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Even squeeze your face into a funny facial expression. And squeeze it all in. Inhale. And exhale, release everything into your Shavasana. Legs are long, arms long by your sides, or any other position that sounds much better for you. If you're at home and you have a pillow, you're welcome to put a pillow underneath your knees. That could feel really good. Now I'm going to come to seated for Shavasana. You stay on your back. And I am going to mute my mics, so there will be no audio during this Shavasana. It'll be about 5 minutes long. But even though there's no audio, the video will continue to play. So deep breath in your Shavasana. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Feel your body releasing, relaxing, and melting into your mat. 2 more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And And exhale, release and relax into your Shavasana. Make your next breath just a little deeper than the last. Bringing awareness back to your body. Allowing yourself to reawaken slowly by moving fingers and toes first. Maybe rocking head side to side. Making larger movements when you're ready into your wrists and your ankles, maybe your knees and your elbows. No rush to get there. When you're ready, reaching arms overhead, legs long below you, taking a big breath in, filling your lungs full of air as you stretch your body in opposite directions. Maybe reaching one arm up and then the other, getting a little lateral stretch here. Holding the stretch as long as you'd like and then making your way to the fetal position when you're ready. Rolling to whichever side feels best for you today. There's no right or wrong. Just go with what is calling you. And then once on your side, you can use your bottom arm as a pillow, resting underneath your head. And then just check in, do another mental scan of your body, noticing what's going on physically, mentally, and emotionally. Without adding any labels or judgments, just noticing and maybe doing a gentle comparison to what you felt like in the beginning of class. Take a moment, acknowledge yourself for making it to your mat, and acknowledge your body for carrying you through life day in and day out. When you're ready, make your way to a seated position. Gently using your top arm to push down into the mat to lift your torso up. Once you come to seated, feel your sit bones on the ground or any part of your body touching the mat. Extend your spine long, broaden across your chest. Bring your hands to your heart. Gently bowing your chin towards your chest in honor of this practice. Deep breath in here. Open your mouth, breath out. Notice if you can feel the beating of your heart with your thumbs touching your chest. One more breath together. Inhale. Open your mouth, exhale. It is such an honor to guide you through your practice. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you for joining in. I hope you have a lovely day. We'll see you next time. Bye.